10 Stoic Lessons to Handle Disrespect. In the tumultuous theatre of life, we often find ourselves on the receiving end of disrespect, whether it comes in the form of a cutting remark, a dismissive gesture, or outright contempt. Disrespect can wound our pride and ruffle our feathers. In such moments, our instinctual reactions might lead us down the path of anger, resentment, or vengeance. But what if there were a wiser, more enduring way to navigate this common human experience? Enter the Stoics, the ancient philosophers who sought wisdom and tranquility in the face of life's challenges. The Stoic teachings, grounded in reason, virtue, and self-mastery, provide us with profound insights on how to handle disrespect gracefully. In this passionate exposition, we will delve deep into the world of Stoicism, exploring 10 invaluable lessons that can empower us to confront disrespect with dignity and poise. Lesson 1. The insignificance of others' opinions. The greatest remedy for anger is delay. Seneca. One of the foundational teachings of Stoicism is the notion that we should not allow the opinions and actions of others to disturb our inner peace. To handle disrespect effectively, we must first understand that the opinions of others hold no intrinsic value. What others say or think about us is ultimately beyond our control. As Epictetus wisely observed, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Imagine a serene lake reflecting the sky above. No matter how turbulent the storm may be, the lake remains undisturbed at its core. Similarly, we can learn to cultivate inner calm by realizing that the disrespect of others is like passing clouds in the vast sky of our lives. By recognizing the insignificance of others' opinions, we can shield ourselves from the emotional turmoil that disrespect often provokes. Lesson 2. Self-examination and self-improvement. To be ignorant of one's ignorance is the malady of the ignorant. Amos Bronson Alcott. Stoicism encourages us to engage in rigorous self-examination. When faced with disrespect, it's tempting to blame the disrespectful party and deflect our attention away from ourselves. However, the Stoics teach us to turn inward and ask ourselves critical questions. Is there any truth in the disrespect we've encountered? Can we learn something from it? Are there aspects of ourselves that need improvement? This introspective approach to disrespect transforms it from a painful affront into an opportunity for growth. Instead of reacting defensively, we can embrace criticism as a valuable mirror that reflects our flaws and imperfections. Through self-examination and self-improvement, we can transcend the pettiness of disrespect and emerge as better individuals. Lesson 3. The power of indifference. He suffers more than necessary who suffers before it is necessary. Seneca Stoicism teaches us the power of indifference to external events. When we encounter disrespect, we often feel compelled to respond with righteous indignation. However, the Stoics remind us that we have the choice to be indifferent to the actions and words of others. By cultivating indifference, we can strip disrespect of its power over us. Imagine a wise philosopher strolling through a bustling marketplace. As insults and jeers are hurled at him, he remains unperturbed, knowing that the opinions of the crowd hold no sway over his inner tranquility. In much the same way, we can choose to be indifferent to disrespect, recognizing it as a reflection of the disordered minds of others, rather than a reflection of our own worth. Lesson 4. The virtue of patience. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Epictetus. Patience is a virtue highly prized by the Stoics. In the face of disrespect, our natural instinct may be to react hastily and impulsively. However, the Stoics counsel us to exercise patience and restraint. By doing so, we can maintain your composure and avoid exacerbating the situation. Consider the image of a masterful chess player who contemplates each move with deliberation and foresight. In the game of life, patience is our strategic advantage. It allows us to respond to disrespect with thoughtfulness and wisdom, rather than reacting in the heat of the moment. Through patience, we can rise above the provocation and maintain our moral high ground. Lesson 5. The practice of empathy. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Epictetus' empathy is a powerful tool in handling disrespect. While it may seem counterintuitive, Stoicism encourages use to empathize with those who disrespect us. By seeking to understand their motivations and perspectives, we can defuse the tension and find common ground. Imagine a compassionate Stoic who recognizes that the person disrespecting them may be suffering from their own inner turmoil. Instead of responding with anger, this Stoic responds with empathy and kindness, realizing that their own inner serenity is more valuable than retaliating in kind. Through empathy, we can bridge the gap between ourselves and those who disrespect us, fostering understanding and reconciliation. Lesson 6. The art of silence. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and to remove all doubt. Abraham Lincoln. Silence can be a potent response to disrespect. In our desire to defend our honor, we often engage in verbal battles that escalate the conflict. However, the Stoics advocate for the art of silence as a means of maintaining our dignity and self-control. Imagine a Stoic philosopher who, when confronted with disrespect, responds with a composed and measured silence. This silence can be a mirror that reflects the irrationality and aggression of the disrespectful party, leaving them to confront the emptiness of their words. In choosing silence over retaliation, we demonstrate our mastery over our own impulses and grant no foothold for disrespect to gain traction. Lesson 7. The wisdom of forgiveness. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Marcus Aurelius. Forgiveness is a virtue central to Stoic philosophy. When we are disrespected, our initial instinct may be to seek revenge or hold on to grudges. However, the Stoics teach us that forgiveness is a path to liberation and inner peace. Imagine a wise Stoic who, instead of harboring resentment, forgives those who have disrespected them. By doing so, they release themselves from the shackles of anger and bitterness. Forgiveness is not a sign of weakness but of strength, as it allows us to transcend the harm caused by disrespect and move forward with grace and compassion. Lesson 8. The focus on virtue. Virtue is the only good. In Stoicism, virtue is the highest good. When we encounter disrespect, it is an opportunity to reaffirm our commitment to living a virtuous life. Rather than being consumed by the negativity of disrespect, we can focus on upholding our principles and values. Imagine a Stoic who, in the face of disrespect, remains steadfast in their commitment to honesty, integrity, and kindness. They recognize that the disrespectful actions of others do not diminish the importance of virtue. In fact, they provide an occasion to demonstrate the strength of their character. By prioritizing virtue, we can transcend the pettiness of disrespect and inspire others through our example. Lesson 9. The impermanence of life. This too shall pass. Persian adage. Stoicism reminds us of the impermanence of life. Disrespect, like all things, is fleeting. It is but a brief moment in the grand tapestry of our existence. By keeping this perspective in mind, we can prevent disrespect from consuming us and robbing us of our joy and serenity. Imagine a Stoic who views disrespect as a passing storm on the horizon. They weather it with resilience and patience, knowing that it will soon dissipate. This perspective allows them to maintain their inner tranquility even in the face of adversity. When we embrace the impermanence of life, disrespect loses its power to disturb our peace. Lesson 10. The pursuit of wisdom. The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. Plato. Ultimately, Stoicism teaches us that the pursuit of wisdom is the most effective way to handle disrespect. Wisdom enables us to discern what is worth our attention and what is not. It empowers us to respond to disrespect with grace and dignity, rather than reacting impulsively. Imagine a wise Stoic who, through a lifetime of seeking wisdom, has learned to navigate the treacherous waters of disrespect with finesse. They have honed their judgment and self-control to a fine edge, allowing them to rise above the pettiness of disrespect and remain steadfast in their pursuit of a virtuous life. By striving for wisdom, we equip ourselves with the tools needed to handle disrespect with poise and grace. In the grand symphony of life, disrespect is an inevitable note that will occasionally strike a discordant chord. Yet, armed with the timeless teachings of Stoicism, we have the power to transform this discord into harmony. We have the capacity to confront disrespect with resilience, empathy, and wisdom, rising above the fray and maintaining our inner tranquility